gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed, universal heavyweight champion, Brock Lesnar. I did not seek your irrelevant opinion, nor do I seek your affirmation. To deliver a message on behalf of my client. Here tonight to set the record straight. I'm here tonight and get to lay this title down in this ring because Brock Lesnar allows me to put my hands on that title on April 8th at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. And if Brock Lesnar chooses to defend that title at SummerSlam, I'll come back out here on television, and if Brock Lesnar wants me to, I'll lay this title down in the ring again, and right next to it, I'll lay down the UFC heavyweight title as well. Now, last week, Roman Reigns came out here and had a lot to say about the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns took it upon himself to criticize Brock Lesnar's schedule, to say that Brock Lesnar goes to what... Hey, Roman, what's the biggest victory of your career? Last year, in the main event of WrestleMania, when you defeated The Undertaker. And props to you for doing so. One of only two men in history to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And did anybody bring up the fact, even one person say, Roman Reigns beating The Undertaker didn't mean anything? The Undertaker only wrestled one time that year. No, nobody made that statement. You know why? Because if they did make that statement would be bullshit. The Undertaker is The Undertaker 365 days a year. You beat The Undertaker. Props to you. Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar 365 days a year. Except at this WrestleMania, you ain't beating Brock Lesnar, and you're not taking this title away from Brock Lesnar. Doesn't like what I'm saying, then next week, right here on Raw, he can do something about it. Because next week, right here on Raw, I will bring out Brock Lesnar. And after WrestleMania, you can seek a new title to challenge for, because this one belongs to Brock Lesnar.
Bold words from Paul Heyman tonight. Let's say Heyman raised several very strong, valid points.
You know, last week, Roman Reigns came out here and he called Brock Lesnar a bitch. This is Brock Lesnar's bitch. She belongs to Brock Lesnar. And Roman Reigns, you are eyeballing Brock Lesnar's bitch, and you can't have her. Roman Reigns, you want to be the Universal Champion because your family's bloodline runs through this business, and this business runs through your family's bloodline. When you're the Universal Champion, this is your bloodline. And this bloodline is yours to keep. And you're not going to have to pry this title from Brock Lesnar's cold, dead hands. You're going to have to take it out of Brock Lesnar's hot, competitive fingers. Because ever since Brock Lesnar was a big boy, bigger than everyone else in his class, he always wanted to be number one. So that's not a belt. That's not a strap. That's not a prop. This is the declarative statement that you are number one, better than everybody else in the world and in the universe. That you can look at your children and say, your father is head and shoulders above all others. The top of the card, the WrestleMania main event, the guy, the biggest dog in the biggest yard, the number one on the face of this planet and everywhere else in the universe. That's what this title means. And maybe, just maybe, if you're not needed on SmackDown, then and only then can you go home to your family who needs you.
Wait a minute. I thought he wasn't here tonight.
Well, there were rumors that the management had asked Roman Reigns to stay away.
Milwaukee, this is what I'm talking about. I said a lot of things last week. And what does Brock do? I thought he'd show up and be a man about this, but what does he do? He sends you for his rebuttal. Brock really is a bitch, isn't he? And I'm not even asking for, all I'm asking is that he shows up. They aren't asking for much. All they're asking is that their champion shows up to work. But that's not even enough, y'all. We don't want Brock to just show up. We want Brock to actually want to be here. So I'm gonna keep this real simple, Paul. You said Brock is gonna be in Detroit next week for Raw. Well, that means so am I. I want you to tell Brock that he can say whatever he wants to my face, but you just make sure that he doesn't come dressed for a promo segment. He comes dressed for a fight.